Hey, it's the Fosters After Show on AfterBuzz TV. Tonight, we're breaking down Season 4, Episode 15, called Sex Ed, and here to help us do it is Hayden Byerly. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, hello.
You can always count.
How's everybody doing?
There we go. Great, Jeff.
Oh my God, so glad to be back. Hayden, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, guys. I'm back on the couch.
Did you miss it?
I did. I missed it a lot. It's my happy place.
Oh my God, Hayden, is this your 4th time here?
Oh no, wait, fifth maybe?
Fifth time
or sixth?
here? I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I don't remember. It just feels like yesterday. It feels like yesterday.
It's my fault.
Okay, I don't care about the number. I just care that you are our most frequent guest.
Am I really?
Yeah.
For good reasons.
I'm proud to be here.
To everyone else watching, no offense.
Yeah. Calling everyone else out, by the way.
Absolutely. I am back with a vengeance. Let's do some quick intros and we'll get to it. I'm Jeffrey Masters. I tweet from Jeff Masters 1.
I'm Hannah Prichard. I tweet from @TheHotShotDude.
I'm Jillian Leff. I tweet from @Jillian Leff.
And I'm Stephanie Giorgi. I tweet from @StephanieGiorgi.
Yeah, and if you're tuning in live, it's about 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 6-ish. Jillian is on Twitter. If you have questions for Hayden, if you have questions for me, if you have questions for Hannah, if you have questions for Jillian, and if you have questions for Steph. I just wanted to name everyone in the room.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for that inclusion. Appreciate it.
You're so welcome. We're trying to be inclusive. Also, Mama Michelle's on the corner, guys.
Yep.
She's not on mic. Don't send questions for her, okay?
Don't send questions.
We have no rider for her.
Mom, stop talking. Stop it.
Okay, I want to start with a really hard-hitting question.
Go.
We've mentioned how this is your at least 4th time here.
Right.
We've seen you since season 1. Currently, how tall are you? You grow like 9 inches each year.
You know, I don't really know. See, so I'm just gonna say I'm like on the edge of 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah,
Really?
I'd say so.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
like
Yeah.
After being just being around a lot of people who say their heights, which you can't always trust, so I don't know.
Right.
So no one better quote me on that, because if they meet me and I'm like 5'5", it's not my problem.
No, you're for sure at least 5'10".
I
Yeah.
would have guessed 5'11".
Yeah, I would have guessed 6 foot.
So he was right
You
on the
ended up
edge of
there, buddy.
5'10" and 11.
Yeah, so I'm all right, cool.
So what he said was very accurate.
Love it, nice. I'm on it. I got it.
All right, well, it
Definitive.
was so much fun to see you. Thank you for coming back.
Thanks for having me back. All right, see you later.
We covered everything.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Oh
all
my
we needed
God.
to know.
Informative, yeah.
Okay, so this episode was called Sex Ed, also known as Sex Ed. They got into it, y'all.
I loved this episode.
I
I
thought it was
loved
so
it too.
good.
It was so good.
I've never seen such a densely packed TV show. Not this episode, but every episode of The Fosters. I'm just like, oh my God, this happened too. Yeah. And also, I never thought about how like heteronormative normal sex ed classes are.
Right?
Neither did I.
I feel like a little bit guilty that that never like crossed my mind.
Yeah,
Right.
But you know what's interesting? Like, so I had to think back to when I was in high school, and there were not that many kids that were out in my high school. So I never even thought about it, right? You just think like you go to sex ed, this is, you know, you watch the birth video, you learn about, you know, male-female sex, and you don't really talk about the other stuff, and it like brought me back, and I'm sort of like loving this, and I'm wondering now that I wish I could talk to somebody that's like 14, 15, current student to see if they're even talking about this stuff, especially in California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were always even separated. Guys and girls weren't even in the same room. It was
Yeah.
Is that how they did it? Is that how they did it in the South?
Yep.
Also, like, this is such a different time. Like, Jude said that Noah's had a lot of boyfriends. And I was like, that's what we're at right now, where this 15-year-old has had a lot of boyfriends, and that's normal.
Noah's a hoe.
I forgot you were only 14, right? You're 14 on the show, yeah?
Yeah.
I couldn't, when they said that, when they were sitting you down, I was like, wait, hold up, 14? Oh, whoa, okay, we're really there already.
Oh my
That's
God.
where it happens. It's so funny too, because I had the same experience. It didn't cross my mind. But the second that they're like, okay, the boy and girl about to have sex, before they even had the shot on Jude, I was like, that's really weird. It was weird for me, because it was just too, like, why would you only talk about that?
The emphasis on a male and a female having sex as opposed to anyone else.
Well, I just feel like you can talk about sex in a classroom without having to specify who it is that you're having sex with and just only focus on how you're protecting yourself.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jeff?
I think that's the best thing.
I haven't thought of it that way, but I think you're right.
Yeah.
You know, because they didn't. He didn't have to say like this person is going to have sex, is ready to have sex.
Yes.
So what you do in this situation is you wear a condom. I mean, you wear a condom with both people.
Yeah. This
So
is
what's
true.
the difference?
Here's how you protect
You're right,
yourself.
Steph.
All right, pass it along, everyone. Pass it along.
Yeah.
We're rewriting it right here.
We are writing the new curriculum for Southern California. Excellent.
And if Common Core can get through, then I think that we can get some Stephanie Giorgi in the system.
There you go.
Just saying.
And then just that, like, the anxiety of, like, how do we know how it works? I was like, oh yeah, that's something that everybody deals with, no matter their gender or sexuality. Like, it was like amazing for me to watch that too. Did you know going into it, did they have to explain what this like dating app was? We called it Pump on the show.
Yeah, it was so funny.
Pump it till you jump it. There was so many names that went around that I had heard. I think one was Thrust.
Oh,
So
God.
like it was very apparent that it was a very sexualized app. It was definitely not, you're not looking for love. Yes, it was definitely for so it was some one night stands. And so they had talked to me about the name a couple different times and just like alternatives, but when I was on set and they finally showed me the name of it, that was when I knew that it was going to be called Pump.
I was fully ready for you to be murdered.
Me
They
too.
really set that up in a creepy way. They
I
really,
know,
really
me
did.
too. I was so scared.
I did not know they were going to make it that ominous. Because when we were filming it, I mean, it was just, it definitely didn't look I mean, it's like a rainy day, and I just thought it was going to be more so of like an internalized fear thing. But
Right.
they made it like, Jude's about to die. Like, this is the end of Jude. Like, that was, it was really
I wrote
intense.
your obituary.
Yeah, but as they should. The same reason why it got them both so emotional, because anything could have happened in that situation, especially because there are actual cases in this world where that's what happens. And specifically in your position where they're just taking advantage of those who are looking to experiment.
Who just don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, kids just don't know.
Yeah, and I loved the scene where you finally confess everything to Lena and Steph, and I was so happy that Lena gives the line about like, we want you to have positive sexual experiences, because while we're like talking about how uncomfortable we are, I want to be clear that like for me it's because of like your age. Under
Yeah.
18.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like please do these things if you want to
14.
when it's legal.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? And I was just happy that they weren't like stigmatizing it in any way.
Agreed.
I think that was really powerful.
I was also just kind of like surprised by Jude's behavior, only because when your character had talked about like porn earlier in the episode, you were so like timid and shy and just like, oh, it wasn't for me. But then to go and like sign up for a gay hookup app and like actually go and follow through with it, I was like, okay,
I
like
was shocked. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
'cause-
it's just like Jude had like no other option. Like he had tried like porn. He tried watching porn and seeing what it was like, and he was so afraid of that. And then he was reading about
The first
The
times.
first time.
yeah,
Yeah.
first times for young gay kids.
Oh yeah, you Googled it.
Yeah, and their first their sexual experiences, and hearing all these terrible things, he's like, well, this is one option that didn't work out at all, and now Taylor's presented this other idea, like, well, if I'm gonna be terrible, or if it's gonna be horrible the first time, I don't want to ruin this love that I have for someone,
Yeah.
so I might as well do this really stupid and risky thing to try and benefit from it.
I thought you were gonna do it with Taylor.
me too. That's
I was like, that was the obvious thing to do. Because it wouldn't have meant anything. She was a girl, and I was like, "Oh, this is perfect, Taylor."
And I was like, I got
I was
you.
thinking the whole time she's such a good friend.
She was like,
She's such a good friend.
I did, and then it went somewhere else, and I was like, "Oh my God, no! But where's Taylor? I thought she was gonna help him out."
I think you're exactly right. I thought she was proposing herself.
that's what I thought.
She was like,
never
hey, did you
kissed
not know how to
anybody,
put
let's
that condom
practice.
on? Let me show you. It was like,
And then Jude's
what?
like, here's
No.
this mask, put it on, please. Yeah, no, I totally agree.
She's really like, so it's a little bit different, but about the same.
And it was also
Go for
kind of,
it.
it was like nice to, hear Jude again, like reaffirm the fact that he's like made this promise to his moms to not smoke, even though it made him a little bit more comfortable, like with himself and sort of like experimenting and doing these things. And I just thought that was kind of like a nice moment, because so many times kids well, this was another theme in this episode, but lying to your parents, lying to your friends, and for you to actually like follow through. I thought that was like another, like those great Jude qualities that we see. I was like excited that we thought you were going to the dark side, man.
I mean, he did for a long time.
Oh yeah, but
he was ripped back.
Was that fun to film? Like, we haven't seen you.
It was so much fun. I had so much fun on the boat. We
love that scene.
I had so much fun with all of that. Like, that whole day was just amazing. Just messing around. And the one of my favorites was the scene with Maia. Because when I'm in the kitchen and she asks and I say a skunk sprayed me, it's one of my favorites because it was Chandra Williams. Grey's Anatomy. Is that right? I always
Wilson?
mess her name up.
Wilson.
Yes. It's Chandra though, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I always mess it up.
Did she direct that episode?
She did.
Amazing.
And it was amazing working with her because she was like, okay, this is what I want you to do. And she's like, I need your face to show like you're laughing because you're really high, but then at the same time you're like worried about your moms, and then you're really confused about what you're gonna do. Like all while she's like pulling me away, and I'm like, okay, I got it, Chandra, I got it just for you. And so I was like, I had like 10 different things to do in 4 seconds, and I was so like excited to be doing all of that. It was so much fun and so different.
Oh my god, I love that.
And you got to eat so many chips.
Yes, that was a pro. That was amazing.
Was that a highlight for you, Hannah?
It was. I mean, just no.
Hannah's like, ooh, I know how good those chips taste right now. They're not just regular potato, they're potato.
Sorry, but if you could write this down for the writers, we'd like to see more chip eating.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
I'll send that in the submission box.
Yeah. And y'all even worked it into one of your makeout sessions. It was beautiful to me. Like, really, really utilized
Chips
the chips.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just food and making out. Like, two great things.
Thank you for sharing that, Hannah.
And it's no big deal.
So I just checked in with Twitter, and Maddie, at me_ohmaya, said, my dad and I thought Taylor was offering herself up for practice. We both looked at each other with a shocked face.
Yeah.
Girl, me too. Me too.
I just really think that would have been a great idea.
Maybe that was plan B.
But because
that's next episode,
because look
guys.
so I have a tweet also where they where OKK said, I thought Jude was faithful to Noah and not to cheat with Preston. I thought that it would have, in his mind, it would have been like, well, this is a good way not to cheat on him because it doesn't count because I don't like girls. Who cares?
It's Preston 8. Let's use full names.
Preston 8.
Preston
yeah.
08.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's Preston 8.
Are you sure?
Maybe you're right.
I think
Let's trust you.
I guess it was on your app.
I guess so.
I'm not going to ask what that 8 stands for. Oh my god, what if I said that? So, just kidding. I think also, like, the brilliance of the whole sex ed... Sorry. The brilliance of the sex ed is that they showed how complicated this is, because for Monty, who is queer, to be saying that, like, the people who are gay or lesbian or somewhere in between need to raise their hands and speak up. Like, that puts the onus on this marginalized community.
Yeah.
And that's so easy for people to say, but for this, like, queer person to say it, it's just like...
Well, because she's a queer person that came out later. She's like a wannabe. Like, first of all, did you grow up this way? You don't know?
It's complicated, but also shows, like, not every, like, queer person is the perfect advocate.
Yeah.
You know, like, obviously I am, and I have all the right answers.
Right.
But not everybody can be. So I just really appreciated that.
I really liked Lena this episode because in every situation that she was in, by the way, the difference a week makes with this woman. She's caring for Jesus and miserable last week, right? She's just like doesn't know what to do. She's pulling out her hair. And then this week she's the champion for all.
Yeah.
Putting up, like finding different ways. So in this case, she put up the posters to sort of like explain resources where you can go to outside of school. And the same thing with Callie's project being like the sort of like the inside, like, oh, well, I'm going to scheme and I'm going to pretend like I play dumb and I know nothing about this. I just thought it was nice to see like some happiness this episode because last week was really heavy and really draining.
Yeah.
And when she shut Monty down saying, don't threaten my daughter. Like, fall back.
Yeah.
What
The
are you
mamas
doing?
in general seemed like happy this episode. They were like really fun. They were, I don't know, a breath of fresh air.
I loved the scene where after Steph scares Mariana and she walks away and she's like upset. I love that scene between the two of them.
Agreed.
Where they're just, it's almost like, it's just bickering, but they're still like, they're just not
like,
upset at
babe,
each
what are
other.
you doing?
Yeah, it's
Like,
just like, that was such a
yeah.
stupid thing. It was like, but it's what I need to do. And
Exactly.
oh, Steph. Like,
Yeah.
it was just a great, like,
Especially when she walks away and she's like,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I agree. Monty was like, cash me outside.
yes, how about that?
Monty had a stick.
I'm trying to cash her outside. Let me know where you at, Monty. I'm sorry. Wait, am I getting hood? Excuse me. Go ahead.
Some girl shaves her head. Look at her now. I'm kidding. Okay, let's talk about Callie in that senior project.
Yes.
First off, wonderful carpentry skills.
Yeah.
Is she Jesus? Is she Jesus?
Jesus would be proud.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree on that. Jeff and I had that same joke, and he took it from me. I'm so disappointed.
That's
Hayden,
lovely.
don't steal my jokes.
I'm sorry.
What is going on?
I'm fake news.
Yeah, okay. Welcome back, Talia.
Yes.
Madison Baby.
Yes.
But coming strong too.
If we can shout out also, she was in Other People, which was a movie that came out last year.
Yes.
Oh my god, so good. I forgot about that.
One of the best of the year.
Molly
Yeah, it's
Shannon,
really
who was in
great.
Other People, should have been nominated for Best Actress.
One of the
She
best
was
performances of
wonderful.
the year. Yeah. Shout out to Madison. That was an amazing film.
Side note.
It's really good at that. Talia had some character growth. She's
love
evolving
it.
as a person, as are all the
Yes.
characters.
It's true.
So really nice to see
Right.
like a welcome back Talia.
I agree. Also, I'm wondering if she has a little bit of a story, or if she's gonna come back with something, because I felt that. I mean, I wonder what happened to her recently that kind of made her, or if it was just the senior project.
Well,
you
we
know?
know. Well,
She just seems.
not that I'm predicting.
Yeah,
because,
please.
But maybe since
predict,
Callie is
girl.
going to trial, she'll be like a character witness for Callie because she saw the senior project and the impact that it had on the students and all that. I'm just playing a guessing game right now, but like if they're gonna reintroduce her, I feel like it would be silly to just like one-off her on an episode. Like,
Yeah.
I would
well,
like
that's
to
what
see
I'm saying.
more.
I'm wondering what else has like happened. Either she's been through an experience where she understands it and she's kept quiet, or just something like that. And I hope that she's a character witness, because unfortunately, a girl who looks like that, they're gonna listen to in the court.
I think that she would actually. I actually don't know that we will see her again. I mean, who knows? But like to me, this had like a nice arc of she's almost like apologizing to her for all like the drama she caused her by doing this boycott, and like to me, that's like a finished story. So I don't know. I'm really
Like a little bit of closure.
Yeah, I'm really nervous about the trial.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. This episode, I don't know how many times I almost cried. Like, get out.
Agreed.
I did cry with you.
I was gonna say you did actually
I know.
tear at one point. That was the only time that you didn't turn around at me to be like, we both getting emotional, because you were getting too
It already got
emotional.
So tonight, I had tweeted this before, but Facebook, I watched like all the teaser clips on there, and tonight they like previewed the thing by saying like all hell will break loose, and that was like the precursor to tonight's episode. And I feel like all hell kind of did break loose, because now we have sort of like everything's being set up, and now we'll get to see the results of all the madness in 2 weeks.
Especially in Jesus' world.
Yeah, oh my
with
God, poor
Emma
thing.
and
Sure.
Brandon, and just like him
man.
convincing himself of all this different stuff that's happening between the two of them. And
Do we only have 2 more episodes? You said.
No, we have a break next week. There's no
Yeah.
episode, and then we have episodes 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20.
Oh, that's quite a lot to solve that.
We have a lot to unpack.
I mean, we're okay, Hayden.
yes.
I don't know if you can answer, but if you can, do it. Are we going to see them go to trial this season? Or would that be something that carries on to next season?
I think I can say yes to that.
Okay.
Great. I think
Okay.
you can too.
Because the season finale is it's a different show. The season finale for this season is an entirely different show in itself.
Love it.
Is it How to Get Away with Murder? Annalise Keating.
It jumps so far from what it is, and it just jumps out of its comfort zone. And when I was reading the end of it, I was like, "What?
What happened?
What?"
I'm so
What?
thrilled.
You know what?
I'm like, wait.
He's like,
Yeah, he doesn't even know how to say
oh
it.
man. Okay.
Like, there's so many things I do want
my
to say and
God.
like explain how it all happens, but the end of this season is definitely probably the biggest dangerous cliffhanger.
Oh, yes.
Wait, I'm sorry. We've had like the most dangerous AF cliffhangers. And it's more than that?
Like, no, but you know what? I wonder, because I guess that's a steadiness that the Fosters have, is that there's all these regular things happening, and now it's probably just gonna. Is Chandra Wilson the director for this too? No, who knows?
For the finale?
Yeah.
No, Peter.
Oh, right.
Peter did and Joanna did not.
They're just
Rather,
switching
they-
stuff up.
Yeah, I know, they jump around all the time. It's way too confusing for me. But I know it's just, I mean, we have had a lot of like disasters, like Jesus, Mariana and Anna had the car crash.
Yeah.
We had Brandon slamming his fingers in the car
Brandon
door.
slamming his fingers in the car.
I mean, he
door,
didn't do it himself, so
you
I'll
had
get
a
to
lot
him.
of
I forgot about that.
Steph was shot.
Shot.
Oh my
so
God.
if you work down the line, there's a lot of people
Who haven't Oh no!
And so you just start to like think that they're almost going through each character, putting them in a life-threatening situation.
Okay.
Oh my God, Jude is next.
No, it's Mike's turn.
Well, we did think he was going to die in this episode, so maybe it was a foreshadow.
That's why I need to be here right now.
Both Jude
Get
and
you when
Lena.
we can, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, Anna dies. Mike has to take care of AJ and the baby.
Oh my God!
Oh my God, stop.
Stop. Yeah.
I'll write my eulogy.
Stop.
I'd like to read it now. Danny
really
Nucci
messed
survived
up.
Titanic. Wow. Okay, that just like put me off my game. I have no idea.
Wait, did you just
what
say
to
Danny
expect.
Nucci survived by the cast of Titanic?
Survived the Titanic?
Oh my God. I love Danny so much, more than like
Daddy Nucci.
any
Daddy Nucci. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they told us.
That's amazing. But so whenever Danny is on set, I love to ask him if he was the guy in Titanic because he hates it when people do that, and it's my favorite thing on the planet. So if anyone's watching this, please go tweet Danny Nucci and just say, "Hey, are you that guy in Titanic?"
Oh, he's gonna be so mad at you.
Please.
When he was here, I was like, your character is the heart of the ocean. I mean, show. Heart of the show.
Yes.
He's...
Yep, you're right.
That's what I wanted to hear. Okay, let's talk about art school for Callie.
Yes.
You know, I already decided she was going to become a social worker, so are we on board with art school? What do we
Absolutely
think?
on board
Yes.
because don't forget that she was in photography, she likes music, and now she did this little project. I think this is totally down her alley, especially for someone who's been through so much. They oftentimes are, you know, hurt kind of turns into passion. Passion can be creativity, and I think that she has that to offer. So I'm excited to see that part of her.
Agreed.
She's such a brilliant thinker, though, like in terms of lost and found. I want her to channel that in that direction.
Right. But at the same time, her whole life up to this point has revolved around that it would be beautiful to see her get an outlet for the second majority of her life, or second half of her life. I hope not half. She'll live forever. But it would be nice for her to focus the rest of her life on her passion versus what she's been through.
Right.
It's kind of hard when you're known for like she has this identity, right?
Exactly.
So in the project she had talked about how the folder defined her and like she was the folder, and you know, even in her like this trial that we haven't seen yet, like the folder is going to define her, I'm sure. And for her to sort of break away from that identity and be able to just be Callie Adams Foster at an art school and not, you know, the juvie girl or the troubled girl, you know, the mess. Like, she can sort of, like, be this new person, and it'll sort of be, like, a rebirth for her. Although, when that woman came up to her and said something, I was like, oh, something bad's gonna happen to Callie. Because whenever something good happens, something bad happens.
True.
What I really love about that, though, is that I remember in my senior, it was AP history teacher, he said that one of the questions was, when do you learn the majority of your like belief systems and whatever you're going to go into? It's in college. So it's funny how it really is the disadvantage is that they're children and that they're minors, because the second that you turn 18, you're no longer just someone who's running their mouth, but you're an expressive person. You're an adult. Everything just changes. So I think that it was nice to see someone else who's not part of this little town or this little, you know,
They don't know her story.
They don't know her story, to see something and say that's really powerful. So she can still be part of this Lost and Found by expressing in a different way. Like, she's still spreading awareness by showing people, and actions speak louder than words sometimes. No one wants to hear you running your mouth all the time because it's just you running your mouth. Whereas if I can show you what I can do, where you don't dismiss me right away and you get your own perception of it, I think that's when it's the most powerful.
I think it's a great point. I'm just so worried with
that
the
make
trial.
sense?
Yes,
yeah,
it was
absolutely.
lovely.
Okay,
Yeah, no, thank you. I'm worried with the trial because she had this this incident, even though it was manufactured in juvie where she was sent to solitary, it's still on the record.
Yes.
They don't know that. And so it's unfortunate because everything was in her past except for this. They can pinpoint this recent event.
That's true.
And that's going to be a problem.
I think it will be. I think you're right. But you know, everything's gonna change, as Hayden said. You know, it's different show.
I am so excited.
Different show. Don't know what it's gonna be. Probably gonna cry. What else is new?
Oh my God.
You're gonna want to throw your TV out of your window.
Well, we can't do that here, Hayden.
Well, you're gonna still want to. Just saying. I know you don't have any windows, but
Oh my God, we're going to move on to who is not pregnant anymore. But if you're watching live, tweet at Jillian and let us know what you think is going to happen in the finale.
Please, I will read them at the
Please.
end.
Okay, so we find out that...
And if we have a live chat roll, can we put it up just to see? You know, I'm just curious. What people,
There we go. I see.
Whatever
Yeah,
you
there
say
we go.
There.
Uh-huh.
Okay, go ahead.
So we Emma and Brandon go to Planned Parenthood together.
Loved that the Planned Parenthood logo was everywhere. Love that. Love you, Planned Parenthood. You're the best.
Awesome.
That was
Jane the
awesome.
Virgin also did a shout out to Planned Parenthood last episode as well.
That's
so it's really
awesome.
great. Yeah.
I think it's so, again, complicated, the situation with Jesus, but I don't think she should feel guilty for not telling him. He is in no, like, right frame of mind.
Right.
I mean, look at what happened. He completely broke down in Steph's arms. Like, how that was, like, such, like, a sad moment because he couldn't express what he was feeling except for the raw emotion.
Oh, it was so beautiful.
No words.
And he's not processing things correctly.
No.
Yeah.
And, you know, with reason, and the fact that even Emma says it in the previews, there is something going on between us.
Well, what's going on is that he helped her out through
They're
this
building a
traumatic
friendship.
time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he was the only person that she could confide in. And of course, like when Jesus invited her into some like Jesus time, like she's gonna turn it down, like with all those things in her mind.
Well, and I think medically she can't
Yeah, I was
right
gonna
now.
say, if she had it, can she do
I
things
have no
immediately
idea.
after?
I'm probably
healing
thinking that
period.
it won't be the most comfortable. Like, obviously,
Yeah.
they probably tell you, you know, you have to, although I have no idea, like, you probably have to wait a little bit.
I could be making this up, but I think it's
body
a couple
wise, I
weeks.
have no idea. But I would like
Emotionally.
I
Yeah.
would imagine that it would be like difficult. And I'm sure every experience is different. I have no idea.
I'm glad that they addressed it. I think that it was important. I think that they also, you know, we always, especially like now, obviously like we live in California, we swing to one side completely almost. Everyone that I know sort of like has the same mindset on things like that. And I thought it was important, especially for the people that think that abortion is a terrible thing and there's no sort of other side to it, for them to show, you know, she had to go to the pre-interview and then she talked with the nurses for a while before the procedure actually happened. And it's like they really do go through all of these channels to make sure that this is the right choice for you. And it's not pressure either way. It's just they want you to understand
Because it's-
what's happening because it's a big decision. And it's not just a thing that, you know, you go in and you get it done and that's it and you walk out. There's just so much more to it. And I feel like it's important for shows like this to show the other side of things.
Absolutely, and I think that because a lot of people who see others who agree with abortion or just pro-choice, they forget that it's still like the worst experience.
Yeah.
It's not easy, and the fact that they have to talk to her about it is because this might haunt her later in life when she thinks that, man, I could have, or I should have kept it, or I would have been able to take care of it, or I wish I would have done it this way. So it doesn't matter. It's not like you get rid of it because you won't. It'll always be with you forever.
Yeah.
So just it's good that we did see that and that she was contemplating both sides.
Yeah. Is this also like the fact that she was on, did she say she was on birth control or they would use protection?
So basically,
But that happens regardless.
there are certain things that can interact with birth control to make it less effective. So in this case, it was St. John's wort, which is natural. But there are other things that, you know, your doctor may not explain to you, like antibiotics. Like if you take antibiotics, it basically like lessens the effectiveness of birth control. So you're
know
told
that.
to use extra protection if you are sick and are on antibiotics. I'm sure there are a ton of other things, but it's not something that like the doctor outwardly tells you.
Right.
But in that case, if you're going to for anxiety, the doctor should know like what you're on because you sort of have. That's the first thing they ask you when you sit down. It's like, what medicine are you taking right now?
Yeah. Right.
And for them to not explain that, like that really sucks because she's trying to be careful.
And also like for Jesus, this is his second girlfriend.
Yeah.
And so like it
what I was
sucks that like
thinking.
this time like they were using protection.
Yeah.
I get a little sad though because you know when he
The first one, you're confused.
It was Bianca.
Bianca,
Santos.
yeah, but
Yeah.
she just had to
What
do the
about
morning
Haley?
after. Haley never got pregnant.
Oh, we're talking about who got pregnant.
Yeah, because he
Or the
also
scare, the
yeah,
scare.
the
Or,
scare.
yeah, okay,
Right.
got it. I was
Yeah.
really confused. I'm very slow. I got it.
He's had a lot of women. You know, it's just
Jesus just runs through them all.
yeah.
I know,
so-
we have that in common. What were you saying, Steph?
No, that I don't know if when Emma asked Brandon if he thinks that Jesus would have felt the same way. I don't know if he would have.
I don't either, but
But because of what he's been through.
I
That gets
loved
answered.
that conversation though.
That gets
Yeah.
answered later on.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, his
I bet it
opinions on
does. Because I think that even if he didn't want to keep it, I think it's something that someone would want to know.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of people, as much as the majority, and forgive me for saying this, but it kind of is true, men are hoping for the alternative. There are plenty who are like, no. You know,
Right.
they like it doesn't just because it's not in their body doesn't mean it's not theirs.
Right, and I love that she asked Brandon twice how he would feel, not just how he would feel towards her and the proper response that a guy thinks that they should have towards a woman when she's going through that and how they
Hopefully.
should support her.
Right.
Yeah, but I like that she asked him twice as to how he would actually feel because a lot of guys I think feared their honest feeling about how they would feel. You know what I mean? Even if they don't necessarily want to have a child, they may have the same feelings that the woman is having about not having the child, you know, and that still hurts for them. So I like that she asked him twice, even though he's not the father. But I thought that was great, and I liked the way that she described that she didn't feel bad about it. But if she did feel bad about it, wouldn't it make it bad at the same time? Like, I liked her reasoning on that and
look at the feelings
that
go into that.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not. I mean, pro-choice doesn't mean that you're done with it. It's just, it doesn't make anything easier.
Yeah,
exactly.
And one of my biggest pet peeves in TV shows or any kind of art form is when the characters are doing and saying something, and I'm yelling at the screen saying like, "Don't be an idiot."
Right.
Like when they write dumb characters who don't pick up on things. So the fact that Mariana connected the dots and realized that, oh my God, Emma is pregnant, and Brandon corrected her and said was, I was like so happy.
Right.
Because like, don't write dumb characters.
Right.
So like, I was like really support that.
Me too. And to be perfectly honest, I think it would have clicked also right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen with her tweeting? This is now the second episode.
So it was an anonymous site, right?
Well, it's Twitter, so it's not.
But I meant, I'm sorry, an anonymous user.
It is, but I feel like things can always get traced as we find out. You know, technology is the thing. Hayden, do you have an anonymous Twitter?
I don't.
You don't? It's not a train-themed Twitter?
No, it's not.
No.
I've been told by a lot of my friends and stuff, which is like 5 of them, but I've been told by a lot of my friends to get like a private Instagram and Twitter, because a lot of people do. A lot of people who are put in the, you know, limelight of the world like to have their own privacy with their own friends.
Yeah.
I don't post things to begin with, and there's really nothing that I would want to show, and if I did, it'd be like 4 people that I just text and let them know.
Right. Yeah.
Because I wouldn't add like 40 people that really need to know about something, so
I feel that.
I don't have any private things
hidden in your room.
Well,
we don't know that. We don't know that. He's a good kid.
We all have skeletons in our closet.
We think he's a good kid.
I mean, some people just have them literally like skeletons.
Hayden, no, you don't. You're perfect.
Right. Yes.
My skeletons have come out of the closet.
On the show.
Yes, on the show. Before we move on from Brandon, he had the music class experience.
Oh yeah.
Are we setting up a new love interest with the girl? He fits her
Possibly.
type. She's an older woman.
I don't know if he needs a love interest, but I hope this is a new learning experience.
Said she has a boyfriend. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he needs
Maybe
to
that was a lie.
But she's also in college, or she's studying to be like a therapist, I believe, like a music therapist. That means she's older than him, which fits his MO.
Yeah, true.
Courtney,
I can't remember.
And she
Danny.
likes music. She's, you know, plays.
Never forget
whatever.
Danny.
Yeah.
I don't remember what happened, so I feel like I can speak on this. I
Great.
hope that he doesn't, because I feel like every single time Brandon ever has any type of interaction with a female that's like older or around his age, he just automatically feels this attraction to them. When I feel like you don't always have to have a male and a female friendship where you're attracted to each other.
Absolutely.
You can just be friends.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
There's
And
not
that's
always that
important for
connection.
no learn.
Beautiful. Yeah,
Reach.
well said.
I don't remember though. So if I'm wrong, please don't yell at me.
If you're wrong,
that's
you'll be
true.
as equally bummed out as everybody else.
True that.
I know someone who said, he's like, I've never had a female friend I didn't hook up with.
Okay. Twitter.
Brandon said that?
No, a friend of mine said
Oh.
that. Yeah.
Megan Chiotti. Sorry, girl. Well, I really want Brandon to have a good female friend.
Yeah.
Just like you said.
I think
he needs that.
I think, yeah, he'll have it.
Also, the writers are really smart about in terms of the Borelli relationship, about making it as far from our mind as possible,
I
and
didn't
then
even think
nailing
of
us
it
in the
until
finale with like a kiss.
Something.
Which I think is going to happen this
Oh,
season.
do you?
I do. Not at the end, because clearly it goes into a completely different series altogether, basically. But
Magic.
I don't know, but then
at some point, there will be a kiss to be had.
But then there's Aaron. And like,
Yeah, I know, and I love Aaron, but I still am not sure. I don't.
Aaron.
I have my
is not gonna
concerns
be
about
there.
Aaron, and you know his honesty right now. So
What?
I don't know. They weren't here for my weird, random, out of the box prediction.
oh yeah.
What was it?
That maybe Aaron may be involved in some way with the whole Troy kind of thing, and it's an out of the box prediction
In a bad
but
way? Or?
Jeff, I just let her
in a
talk.
bad
Yeah,
way.
yeah, we just let her talk.
Why
In a
did you have
bad
to do that?
way.
Why'd you have to let her do that?
She's watching way too much Pretty Little Liars, everyone.
You're
Don't
right.
listen to her.
You're right. It could be anybody.
But Aaron's gonna murder Callie.
I know.
I figured it out.
You know, I don't know. I mean, he kind of looks like he could be
Aaron's A.
related to Troy, so I don't know.
Oh, damn. Okay, so at the end of this episode, and Hayden can prove this. We literally played the preview frame by frame by frame,
Yes.
right?
This is in the preview for next week.
This is in the preview for next week. Maddie just tweeted me that Brandon and the girl are kissing, and there's a photo.
What?
Like, how did I miss that?
That's
How
the
did we
music
miss
girl?
that?
Like, how did I miss that? How did we miss that?
How did you guys miss that?
Oh wait, you knew,
We
right?
didn't miss it because we rewinded it and we just couldn't get there.
Even though we didn't get it frame by frame, Hayden wouldn't tell us. So
Okay, you're in trouble.
Yeah, but Hayden just tried to tell us that he didn't even remember, so either you just lied. Did you just lie?
This
About?
is
Oh my god, are you taking acting classes?
What? Are you an actor? Oh my god.
Guys, that's Callie.
let's
I don't think so.
Yeah.
let's say the predictions.
No,
I'm like
it's,
up. I'm zooming right now hard.
no, it's not.
I don't believe that's Callie.
I know her chin. It's Callie.
Okay, well, I guess we'll
Interesting.
see next week. Huh?
So the other things that we
Lies.
saw in the previews was the something I can't read in my notes, and then Emma and Brandon saying there's something going on between us. I think that we've dispelled those rumors, right?
Hopefully, it's like I think we're best friends.
It could be a nice friendship. Also, I think that we've kind of seen the siblings sharing guys thing with like the Wyatt storyline with Mariana
yeah.
and Callie.
Wyatt.
I don't see us
Oh, yeah,
repeating
I
that.
forgot. Okay.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
For sure not.
Can I read some predictions from Twitter?
I would love that.
Okay. So, Amanda Lorch said the guy Jude met is an undercover cop. It'll compromise Steph's chance of becoming a detective.
Preston.
Who knows?
No, I don't
No,
believe
because he was
that.
the one that was afraid that.
Listen, Miss Aaron is involved in the Troy Johnson
Yeah.
storyline, all right? Let me read
Listen,
the other
y'all just-
predictions.
Y'all, he said it's going to turn into a totally different show. So for all you know, I could be right.
And if you are,
Am I right?
right?
Erin Kelly said, for the finale, I think it'll be something bad and scary that'll happen to... Something bad and scary has happened to everyone but Jude, or maybe Mike or AJ.
Or
now
Lena,
I'm
I thought.
nervous. I don't know.
Okay, tell me this. Didn't we see a preview for this season on the whole that mentioned something about like the divorce papers? Did we clear that up yet?
I think it was just
I don't
done.
even remember.
I don't know.
It is so, like,
Jillian is tired.
sometimes the show...
Oh. That.
Yeah, right.
You can't say anything?
Stop.
No, but you're okay. Yeah. So
you were gonna say you're right. Say it.
So because they had to get divorced to keep the house.
Right.
So they got divorced.
Right.
So they are currently, according to the state, they are divorced.
Know that.
No, I don't know if the papers were filed.
Maybe they're like a separation papers.
Say
I
something
think
that already happens.
I think we just found out that
No, because they had to do it because.
I'm not putting
No.
it in
My
my
house.
I'm not saying.
I
We'll
did
see.
not.
We'll see.
I didn't do that.
You're like backtracking now. You're like,
I know. Now I'm like, wait a minute. What
episode
because
was
I
that?
was thinking ahead, and I know.
So, there's an issue there
So
that
like
probably stops
that
them.
had to happen before because
They did say something where.
Yeah.
We'll see, I don't know.
I think that Hayden knows how to give a red herring.
I think you did a really good job
Honestly,
tonight.
I don't trust Hayden at all anymore after
know.
he just lied to us about music.
I'm pretty
Girl.
sure you did this to us
So-
last season too, so.
We get Taylor on the phone.
Yeah.
She'll tell us the truth.
Taylor.
Yeah.
So Lizette Escobar said, this is her prediction. Bradley ends up in LA together, both at an art school. I'm down for this.
Guys, come visit the studio if you're in LA. Bradley, come over.
Yes.
Okay, whoa, Lizette. That's brilliant. They both go to the same art school for music and for whatever.
because he can't go to Juilliard.
Yep.
And she just got invited.
Yep.
So gonna
Oh
happen
my
now.
god.
But it was the San Diego Institute of Art, so no.
But I mean, we're not going to even make it there this season
Oh,
because
right.
it's going to be all trial.
They're gonna
Right.
kiss in that
Yeah.
solitary confinement jail cell she built
Yeah.
that Jesus created.
And Aaron already tried that though.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
Where'd they get that lumber from? Deleted Scenes. I want to see like a Home Depot sponsored trip where they go and buy this and like cut the wood.
Oh my god.
Can you give us the writers as well with
Yeah.
more chips and then the carpentry?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sponsorships, okay? I'm working for you guys.
I have my own submission box. Sadly, all of them just go in and straight into a trash can, but
Okay.
it's fine.
They're like, Hayden, stop giving us
Like,
suggestions.
stop sending us things.
Before
Guys,
we
please.
started shooting, you were telling us about your doing all this traveling. Is that for Hayden's Hope Totes or is that like for pleasure?
It's a lot of different things, but I was just in Kansas City for Hayden Soap Toads because we just recently. It's Kansas and what is it? Missouri. Thank you.
Mom.
Mysterious voice. So okay, yeah, we went to Kansas City. So technically, I was working with Missouri and Kansas.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's Kansas. no offense to anyone who's from there. But I was busy anyways. I was running around.
You had like a lot of like
people.
TV appearances and stuff like that. So
I did
how has Hayden's Hope Totes been doing over there?
Well, seeing that we just started, it's a pretty strong start. Thankfully, we had a connection. Monica Gallegos, who works at the Women's Health Center in Kansas City, whichever side, I don't know. And so she reached out to me and talked to a organization called Foster Adopt Connect, which is in Kansas and in Missouri.
That's awesome.
So, shout out Monica.
Yeah,
We love Monica. That's amazing.
Yeah, so I spent like 4 days down there. I was doing a bunch of news things, and I went to the center, and I was meeting with a bunch of different people, so I had a busy schedule. And
That's
I had
awesome.
a fun time.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Any other big trips coming up?
Yes, I go to Korea, and I leave tomorrow.
North or
Oh,
south?
wow.
South.
Cool.
Because I don't want to
awesome.
die.
Yeah. No.
That's all. What? I'm a journalist.
I'm a journalist.
They wouldn't let me in.
What do you want,
Let's
Jillian?
be honest.
They just killed the
God.
leader's stepbrother,
Listen.
Did they really?
half brother.
They did, yeah.
That's why I'm going.
God.
I'm investigating.
Did, yeah.
That's why
I'm trying to figure this out.
Are we doing Serial season 3?
Oh my god.
You're hosting it.
Yes. I'm prepared.
That is awesome. Any more questions from the good social media Twitter?
No more questions, but I want to know from all of you predictions for Jude for the rest of the season, since we have Hayden here.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
Okay, I'm saying this while sweating.
Okay.
Do we think
Yes.
we do? Are we gonna? Is the Judicorn going to lose his virginity?
Yes, I think so also.
That's a
With
massive.
Taylor.
That's a seminal. With okay. That's like a big moment just in terms of like LGBTQ characters on TV.
But to be fair, we want like equal treatment, right? We've seen V cards lost on the Fosters, and they haven't been that big of a deal.
I'm saying though, like for a LGBTQ character this young,
Sure.
like to lose their virginity, usually like they're
Sure.
sexually active like at 30,
Right.
But to see it portrayed on TV, like that's
my God,
massive.
30.
Well,
That's
since
I love that you said
okay,
at 30.
here's the other side of that.
Jesus.
It's
so-
14 and 30 only.
It could just be like maybe not what some people would think sex would be.
Okay.
It could be more exploring. It could be oral. It could be like many things.
Heavy
we don't
petting?
really know.
Did we have the youngest?
What did you just say?
Heavy petting, that's what they say in sex ed.
They do.
Heavy petting.
Heavy petting.
With
Heavy petting.
Yeah.
hands only, hands.
Hands.
Yeah. Heavy
Dry
petting.
humping. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
With Jude and Connor, did we
that-
have,
Get in
did we
real
have the youngest
in detail.
gay kiss in the history of television?
We did.
On national television.
Yeah.
That's huge.
We
Yeah.
did.
But I think that he will lose it on the show, maybe this season, but I think that there will be a lot of conversations between him and Noah prior. I think that there may be one of those situations where Noah's like, no, we should wait.
No,
like, don't want to make you uncomfortable.
Totally be
no,
cool and easy.
Because
It's Noah.
No.
He's gonna
And
be like-
then Jude is going to be like, no, yes, please, I want to. But it's going to be like a progression.
It's
to
gonna
that.
be like Noah's gonna say,
what I think.
Jude,
I'm
don't
right.
worry.
Great.
I love you. This is cool. It can be awkward. We're gonna go through this together, and it's gonna be an awesome experience. It's not gonna be as awkward as everyone says it's gonna be, because it's Noah knows what he's doing.
He does.
I want Noah to confess that he also has like never had sex before, if that's possible.
That would
I
be great.
also like think that it's not inappropriate for the discussion to enter that like we are actually 14 and can wait.
Exactly. See, so I think there's going to be both. We're going to have that conversation, and then it'll eventually happen.
Okay, what if they have like a nice, beautiful high school date? They go to the movies, they see Get Out, and then they go
wanna see
afterwards
that.
like to like TCBY, and they're scooping on toppings, and they go to like ring it up, and then Connor is there, and he's with like another guy, and then Jude just freaks out, and his like Judicorn horn pops out and it destroys the place.
Oh my god, that's brilliant! I was so into that story right now.
I think that with his sister possibly going to jail, he might have other things to worry about.
Jeff, how did you figure that out?
It was
I am so right. The horn. You got it down to a
The
T,
script
my
fell out of your
friend.
bag.
Yeah. That's
And once
sorry
again,
about
you said different show by the end, so
It
sounds
turns
about
that.
animated.
Zombies.
Yeah.
Yes, all anime.
I
Turns
need
into
to hear
unicorns.
the unicorn
That's what
sound
he's
again,
going
please.
That's what he's going to Korea for.
The unicorn
Yes.
sound again.
It all makes sense.
It's all connected.
And on that note, it was so nice to have you back.
Oh, thank you guys for having me.
Loves you.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you guys.
Where can the good people find you on Twitter?
It's at Hayden Byerly.
Oh my god, I love that.
So easy.
At Hayden
simple.
Byerly.
Boom.
Okay. And I'm on Twitter at JeffMasters1.
And you all can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at the Hotshot Dude.
I am on Twitter and Instagram at Jillian Leff. And I know that we forgot to talk about AJ this episode because I have some tweets coming in. So we'll continue the conversation on Twitter and on YouTube. Don't worry, we won't forget you, AJ.
AJ's gonna make the good decision. Don't worry about it. And you can find me on Twitter at Stephanie Giorgi, on Instagram at @TheStephanieGiorgi. Toodles.
And if you watch other Freeform shows, we have after shows for the vast majority of them. So check it out. We'll see you next week. No, just kidding. We're out next week. I lied.
See you in 2 weeks.
We'll see you in 2 weeks. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later. Bye. I did it.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.